Hi, and welcome to Dicer. Today we will be learning, simulating, and analyzing the Krebs strategy, the three-point molly. The three-point molly is a special betting strategy that utilizes a confusing bet called the come bet. To understand the three-point molly, it is first important to understand how a come bet works. In order to place a come bet, we must first wait for a point to be established. The come bet acts exactly like a pass line bet, but only when the puck is already on a number. Because of this, the come bet will win on a 7 and 11 and lose on a craps number, just like the pass line does on the come out roll. The purpose of a come bet is to establish another point separate from the point the on puck is placed. Once any box point is rolled, your bet will then move from the come region to the middle of the box point, where it will now serve as an active contract bet, just like the pass line behaves when a point is established. The goal is to now roll that point again before a 7 is rolled. What makes this bet confusing to many people is that its behavior is completely separate from the current state of the on-off puck. Because of this, even if the puck is off, your come bets are still active and will lose if the 7 is rolled on a come-out roll. Now that we understand a come bet, let's learn how to play the three-point molly. The first bet in a three-point molly is to place a bet on the pass line during the come-out roll. Once a point is established, we will then place a come bet and then wait for this bet to move to its designated point. Once this come bet has been moved, we will then place yet another come bet and then wait for this bet to move to its point. In this location, we now have the position for the name of this strategy, the three-point molly. We are now betting on 3 separate points to be rolled before a 7 is rolled. What makes this strategy interesting is that a come bet serves as a very good hedge for Big Red during the point rolls. For example, let's say that your pass line bet is on the 5, where the next bet in the three-point molly is to place a come bet. In this position, if a 7 rolls, you will lose the pass line bet, but the come bet wins because 7 and 11 win while the bet is in the come position. For this reason, the three-point molly is considered a very good hedging strategy that will hedge yourself against the dreaded point out, where a 7 is rolled immediately after a point is established. Now let's learn how to create this strategy in the Dicer Strategy Builder. To build the three-point molly, we will first place a bet block in the come-out event block. Just like our other videos, we will then drag and drop a minimum bet into the amount place of this bet block. Next, we will focus on the bets for the point event. As explained earlier, the first bet we need to create is a minimum come bet like so. We now need to add a conditional to wait for this bet to move to its point. If you have not watched it already, please check out our previous tutorial video called Conditional Bets to understand how conditions work. In order to wait for the come bet to be placed, we will first drag and drop an if block inside the scope of the come bet, and then drag and drop the bet is placed block to the right of the if block. Because this is inside the scope of the come bet, we can use the keyword of this to refer to the bet that is surrounding the if statement. We can then add another come bet inside the scope of the if statement like so. This now reads as follows. On the point roll, place a minimum bet on the come. If that bet is placed, then we will add another minimum bet on the come. We have now built our strategy, the three-point molly. Now let's see how this strategy performs in the Dicer Strategy Simulator. It looks like these dice rolls are not being nice to our strategy. Looking at the chart, it does appear that the final roll really did us in. So if we click on this location in the chart, we can see that if all bets are placed and a 7 is rolled, a big loss will follow. We can also compare this to other strategies such as the Iron Cross by selecting that strategy in the Compare Strategies dropdown. Here we see that if we played the Iron Cross, we would have done much better and ended up ahead. Again, this just depends on how the dice roll. Here's another simulation where the 3-point Molly gains much more than the Iron Cross. In summary, we think the 3-point Molly is a fantastic strategy. It provides a very good hedge on the point-out rolls, while at the same time providing room to grow your bankroll. It does have a flaw, however, in that once your points are placed, there is a big loss when a 7-point rolls. For this reason, we give the 3-point Molly an A-. In our next video, we will learn how to place odds on both the pass line and the come bets once their points have been established. As always, please like this video and subscribe to this channel so that we can produce more strategy videos like this one. Thank you for watching.